afternoon, everybody. Welcome to CraftStash Live. How are you and how's your week been? Let us know in the comments. I'm going to spend more time reading the comments today. That makes a change, doesn't it? We've got a lovely new launch for you. Now, if you are new to CraftStash, maybe we've just popped up in your notifications or in your newsfeed or wherever you are. We go live on Facebook and YouTube every Friday at 12:30. That's British summertime at the moment. It'll be Greenwich Mean Time we were just discussing this in about a week or so. So back to the darker nights and things. But yes, so 12:30 lunchtime every Friday. Sometimes we have Wednesday lives as well, more often than not. And this is bringing you brand new launches that we have at CraftStash, because at CraftStash we have new products coming in every single day. And I don't mean 3 or 4 products. I mean, we have hundreds of products throughout the week. Every week. There's literally tens of thousands of products on the website at any one time, and I know they get missed in amongst you needing to buy your craft essentials, seeing other things coming on the market. So we just thought once a week we can just offer you what we consider our kind of favourite launch of the week. And this week it is card making magic, which I love. This is Clever Cuts. This is certainly an essentials range. These are elements that you're going to bring in to all your card making all the time, because we've got letter dies and stamps. We've got number dies and stamps. We've got florals as well, because from Christina, you do expect florals, don't you, all the time. We've got a beautiful background as well. There's so much in here. Oh, and the rosette. Can't wait to see that in action. So I've got the lovely Christina Griffiths with us today. But what I'd like to do is ask you all, first of all, to just be sharing the live, to make sure that all your friends are seeing it. If you've got crafty groups that you're part of, please do share into those groups. If you're on YouTube, share it to your newsfeed. All these different things. There's lots of ways now with technology, isn't there? So share away, and also invite your friends to come and join us, because we do have a competition. So there's going to be a competition. It's going to be a week-long one again. So if they're not available right now, because we know people work and collect the kids and walk the dogs and all sorts on a Friday lunchtime, if people want to come back and check later, they can find out the details on how to enter, and we will be picking a winner to win the complete bundle. That's everything. So there's 5 whole new items. Someone will win that next Friday. I'll give you all the details a little bit later to make sure everyone's joined us. I'm going to see Christina in just a moment, but I want to make sure I'm not leaving any of you out. I'm going to go right back to the beginning. I'm currently on Facebook here. Hello to all of you. We're also live on YouTube as well, so whichever platform you prefer to watch us on. First in with the comments was Carmen. Hello to you. She says hello to Christina and Lou. Valerie is in Missouri in USA. Good morning to you. I have to say good morning because it's afternoon here. Cheryl Thomas as well. Thank you, Cheryl. I know you join us lots every week, as does Carol Lewis. Happy Friday, she says. It's a happy Friday, isn't it? I don't know what the weather's like for everybody, but we have got sunshine here at the moment. Anne-Marie is from Australia. Hello to you too. Anita Snell, Karen Allen, lots of you. Gemma Lee Crafts. Gemma, I've seen some of your samples, like absolutely beautiful things you've been creating. And Dawn as well. There's lots of you. Oh, Alison from Cape Town. I'm not going to do this all day. I could do it all day. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's say hello to Christina. I'll be reading the comments whilst we're watching Christina's videos. I could get carried away there, Christina. How are you, love?
It's amazing where they're all from.
I know. I keep seeing new ones coming in. Oh, I'll just mention this one. I'll just mention this one. Anyway, you are not in Cape Town or Missouri or anywhere.
Blackpool.
Yay! Big cheer for Blackpool. How are you? Are you good?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, the weather's not too sparkling here, but I'm fine.
It's not sparkling. Does the weather sparkle ever?
Sometimes.
Yeah, okay, fair. I've never heard it called sparkling before. But anyway, we are looking at a sparkling new collection, Clever Cuts. So would you like to just give us a little bit of an overview? What's this collection all about?
It's about adding a little bit of interest to your designs. There are some really clever dies in there. Mm-hmm. You can make rosettes that will sit on your card or stand alone. You know, put a little age badge on children. They'll love that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you can use the background dies as a background die. You can cut it out and use it as a stencil. There's lots of different things that you can do with it. And although you have a couple of videos to show today, I will be adding more to YouTube.
Perfect. Yes, I do have some demonstrations actually. I've got lots of demonstrations today, actually. So there's 2, but I know in one of them Christina's making more than 1 card. She's making 2 cards. Christina, so with this, I mean, I said at the beginning, I hope I'm correct in saying, because this was my take on it, this set is really going to suit all your cards, isn't it? You're going to be able to fit this in with lots of different other collections.
Yeah, they can be added to cards, they can be added to boxes. There are lots of different ways that you can use them. You just have to get your old imagination going.
Your old imagination, old, young, whatever, your imagination going. Absolutely. So are you okay if let's have a look. Let's have a look in your craft room first of all. Do you have a few cards you can show us, and then I'll show everyone the product?
I do. I've got some that are going on the blog over the weekend.
When you say the blog, can we have the address for that for anyone who's new?
Yes, it's flowers, ribbons and pearls blogspot.co.uk.
There we go. Flowers, ribbons and pearls.blogspot.uk. Co.uk. Yeah.
So this is one of the this is the rosette. It's a big rosette, but you can obviously add it as a background for children, you know, with the date on it, with the numbers on it. And this is the hearts one.
Lovely, gorgeous.
I'm trying to move it away from.
No, you're perfect. Absolutely.
So you've got 2 different ways there. You can use the rosettes. That's what it is. The flowers on it are from the flower set, so they can be used either around the rosettes or on their own. And on this one, I've used. Where am I going? Yeah. I've used the little background die and turned it into a wall.
Oh, that's stunning. That is beautiful. Now that background die, I'm really intrigued with this.
When you cut that background die, you'll get lots of strips that come out of it. And rather than waste the strips, I'm covering the flowers because the flowers are from a different set.
Okay.
But I've used the strips and I've coloured them as a rainbow.
Oh, perfect.
And I've added it to an oval. So you don't waste them. Don't waste them. You can always use them again.
Being very frugal there.
Very frugal, yeah. And that's the background die used just as it is. And that's it used twice and rotated. I don't know which way to go.
Yeah, sorry, you're a bit backwards.
And there, rotated so that it makes a cross pattern.
Wonderful. Beautiful.
So you do have a lot of choice within this die set. Like I say, you just need to get your imagination going and play.
A lot of versatility, absolutely. Shall I show everybody the product and then we'll jump straight into one of your demonstrations? So we will come back to you, Christina, in just a few moments.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so everybody, what I need to do first of all, though, I didn't pop over to YouTube and say hello to everybody there, so I'm going to do that now. I just did Facebook earlier. Let's go back to the beginning. Fairy Crafter, of course. Hello, everybody. Another exciting live demonstration. CraftStash, you are spoiling us. Yeah, we do. Every single week, at least 1, if not 2, sometimes even 3 lives. Pooja, hello from Wet and Cold Island. I always wonder if I say your name correctly. Please do correct me if I don't. She loves card making magic products. Julian Godfrey, hello to you, and Roseanne, and Patricia as well. Let's see. Now, Roseanne says, card making magic is my card making go-to. Easy ways to make dramatic pieces. I think that's so correct. Roseanne says clocks change on Sunday. We were just having this conversation. Is it this weekend? Not next weekend? Christina, we may have been wrong. We may have been a week. We're going to have to double check that, aren't we? But I'm not saying I disbelieve you. We thought it was next weekend. Crafting with Dawn. She's looking forward to this fab new collection. Hello to Marta as well. Lynn, Tracy Fletcher. Hello to you all. Oh, did she say she's just outside Blackpool as well? That's a popular part of the country. Come on, let's come down and have a look at the product. So we have got here 5 new items essentially. Let's put these cards to the side. I'll show you those in a moment. I'll show you what you can be doing with these. Now, for me, this is my favourite piece because you know I love my words and my texts and my fonts. But these are absolutely stunning. Now they're much larger than you see on the packet. Of course, you've got 2 A5 sheets of clear stamps here, and each of them has this trellis work with the beautiful florals around them. You could of course colour those in, you could heat emboss them, you could spell out words, names, phrases, whatever it may be, really personalised. So you have your A to P on one sheet, you then have your Q to Z and your exclamation and your ampersand as well. So you can do things like wedding invitations with initials or names on there. And then you've got all of the outline dies that you need to cut those out. Now that's a fantastic set. Like I say, this is so versatile. You're going to be using that all of the time. But also don't forget, these letters will make the most beautiful little apertures to create shaker cards with. Then you have a similar set, but these are just the numbers, and then you've got the ordinals as well. So you can do, again, wedding invitations, things like that. You can do anniversaries as well. You can do children's birthdays, well, any birthdays. If it's somebody's 64th birthday, you wouldn't buy that in the shops, would you? But you can make this. And I would just show you the size again, just so that you can see they are all in scale with the letters, so you can use those together. Then we've got the florals. Now Christina is, for me, I think she's all about the florals. We have got another stamp and die set. I love this nowadays. We didn't get this years ago, did we? We didn't always get the stamps and the dies together. We'd either have to work out what fits or we'd have to fussy cut these out. Not my favourite job at all, but now we've got all the dies. Fussy cutting scissors can go away in the cupboard. Let me just check the comments. Not enough crafty time, Deborah. I think you may need to, you've got the weekend, maybe? Have you got the weekend to craft? Let me know, everybody, who is crafting this weekend. I don't know if the weather's going to be amazing, so hopefully some of you are going to be sitting in the warm and doing that. These dies, now these are special. I'm going to actually take one of these out of the packet just to show you. They're not just outline dies. If you take a look at this one, for example, well, let's do both since it jumped out at me. These are your, what I call solid dies, but they have stenciling detail in the middle of the flowers. They also have scoring details. So for example, down the middle of the leaves, down the petals as well. So if you want to use these just on their own for a more subtle effect, you can do. You're really getting, I keep saying the word versatility, but that's exactly what you're getting here. You're going to add these to your crafting stash and you're just going to use these time and time again. So we've got individual florals, foliage, and we've got clusters and swirls as well. Now this is the die set that Christina was talking about. Let's pop this out. If anybody's wondering where you're going to grab these, I do have a link just here. So let me see. I always get it wrong because it's kind of like under here, isn't it, somewhere? There. I see I can't do it either, Christina. It's here. There's your link. But if you're in the US, you switch up the .co.uk here for .us. But you can also click on the link that's pinned in the comments under this live. So that will take you directly to either CraftStash or the page, brand page for Christina. So you'll see all her card making magic things. And usually it's actually filtered so that her newest products are at the top of the page. Nice and easy. If the link you're clicking on is taking you to the CraftStash homepage, simply just follow through the banners. There's a banner at the top of the page. Give it a few seconds. You'll notice that will spin round. It will change to something else. If you just give that a second, it will change to Christina's product on there. I think it's got the made to surprise offer on there today at the moment as the first picture. Anyway, this has 3 dies in it. I did digress there, didn't I? 3 dies. So we have the outline die here. I'm just going to check the size on this. This is it's a perfect 6x6 size. Then we have this stripy detail. Now this to me is very kind of old to new, pink fresh, very modern now. But then you add this on top and you've got this beautiful kind of double layer, like a drop shadow effect with your stripes. But you could also do, there we go, look, checkered or plaid effect if you want to, like a tartan effect. You could do a couple of layers and move them around. I was playing earlier, I was holding them like this and I thought, oh, do you know what, that looks like a trellis that you'd get in a garden. So there's a lot you can be doing with these as well. This one is called your 6x6 offset background. And lastly, the last piece before we get into Christina's video demonstration that she's done for us are the rosettes. Now the rosettes are much larger than they look either in the packet or even in real life, because of course, I'm just going to get it all out. There we go. This is just one piece. You'll cut 2 of these, put them side by side using the tabs, side by side, one long strip, concertina fold, and then there's instructions on the back on how to just join it and glue it to create something that looks like this. Look at this. This is absolutely brilliant. Christina's just popped that onto a little, almost like a little spring in there, and it just moves on the cut. I think that's brilliant. And if you were to do this on something that's maybe removable, for, as Christina said, for a child, they can wear that on their birthday. You've got the number in there as well from those stamps that we saw earlier. It's brilliant. Now, included in this as well, you not only get that large rosette, but you're also getting this piece, which looks a little bit like a whale peeking out of the sea. Kind of, if you see things how I do, but it's not. It is a heart-shaped rosette. When you cut 2 of these and join these and work with it in the same way, you're going to get a rosette that looks like this, a heart-shaped rosette. Very difficult to do otherwise if you don't have the dies to do it. Absolutely beautiful. So while I'm here, quickly, let's just have a look at some of these examples that have all been made using elements from the Clever Cuts collection. So we've got that heart there again. We've got a nice simple card, nice and clean, very effective. We've got the word happy there, where Christina's coloured in the florals and the trellis in kind of a grey there. A beautiful background. Now this is one of Christina's previous embossing folders in the background, I recognise, which was also used on this rosette card. So it's well worth looking at the brand page and seeing what else is available, because everything's going to coordinate. This is a stunning, stunning card. All of Christina's cards are stunning. We've got hello friend there, the hello from those large alphabets there, the florals as well trailing over the background, which Christina has then put this so that they're squares rather than just stripes. Absolutely beautiful. And then there's a couple more. Let me just check on the comments. My phone decided to close itself down over on YouTube. So let me see. Love the heart rosette. How clever from Kim. Yes, it really is, isn't it? A split pin would be great for the rosette, says Deborah Horton. Absolutely. Yeah, so Lisa, Papercraft and Flowers. Is there a giveaway question today? No, there's not a giveaway question today. Today we are giving away we are over on the YouTube community page. That's going to be open for a week. Now, as we've found out over the last few weeks, you do need to go onto the YouTube community tab you can do it on a phone, on some phones, not all phones, but also you may need to go onto a laptop if you've got an iPad, so it won't work on iPad. So just in case, get onto your desktop. We're giving you an entire week to enter, so you've got plenty of time, or go and borrow someone else's. Log in to YouTube, find the CraftStash page, go to our channel, and you'll see the community tab. And it's like a blog post, a blog feed. It's very fun. So lots and lots. Pooja loves the stripy backgrounds. Lynn, something Hobart show weekend, and a great time to craft if it rains, or garden if the weather is good. I love that. I love that you've got plans, whatever the weather. Brilliant. Okay, so let's get on with the first demonstration. Christina has kindly filmed these demonstrations for us in her craft room. Absolutely beautiful, lots of inspiration. We will come back to you after you've watched this.
Everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. So today I'm here with the Clever Cuts collection, and this is the dies that are in the set. So we have one that will create an offset background, we have a die set that will create rosettes and heart shapes. This is the Trailing Florals die and stamp set, and these are also die and stamp sets. One is the alphabet, the other is the numbers. So using a combination of these die sets and the stamps, these are just some of the cards that I have created. That's using the large rosette. This is the words. This is using the offset background die set. That again is just the words, and this is the heart from the Rosettes and More set with the words and the flowers attached. So in this offset background die set, you have 2 dies that will create different sized panels for you. So this die speaks for itself. This will cut you a complete panel, or it will cut these shapes out of the card. So this is the one that will cut you the wide strips down your centre of your card. Now don't throw these pieces away, because we're going to use these on another card. And this one will cut you the thinner strips that will sit on your card. And again, don't throw those away. We can use those on another project. So we'll keep them to one side. Now then, once you've layered these up, you can either offset the dies, offset the panels so that you have like a striped effect there. You can layer that into the middle of your panel and have a two-tone stripe down the middle, and I can get that in. Or you can turn it on its side and have it the other way. And again, you can do it either way, whichever shape you prefer on the top. But obviously you can't do that if you're doing this, because that will hide your colours. You want the thicker strips on the bottom, the thinner ones on the top. You can either have them together, or you can offset them so that they layer alongside each other. Now with these pieces that are left, especially the white ones, you can colour them. And with mine, I have created a rainbow. So I've used red, orange, and I have a yellow one somewhere. There's my yellow one, green, blue, indigo and violet. So I've got those now that they can go onto another card, and you can always keep these to add your sentiments to, or weave them, but don't throw them away, they are very useful. Now you could use two of the thicker ones and turn them on their side, one on its side. You could use two of the thinner ones and turn one on its side. But either way, you have variations that you can create with these dies. Now I'm just going to layer mine on top of this thin one, this thicker panel, and I'm going to offset them so that they are running down the centre of the panel. And I'm just going to use some glue and do that now. So once this has been cut with the dies, it is a 6-inch. What I've done is I have created a card base that is just slightly bigger. So this is 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. And to make the other side, I've made this one 6 1/4 by 7 1/2, and I've folded back the top portion. And now once these are glued together, that will create my base card for this panel. And to add a little bit of interest, I have cut it again from the same white and black card. And once they've been glued together and turned, they're going to be added to the front of my card along there. So once you have your two panels glued, you can glue them together and you can add them to your base card. Now you can add paper from the paper pack if you have it, or any that you have in your collection, and that's going to sit on the front of my card, and then we can start to dress it. So from the alphabet set, we're going to die cut and stamp the word hello. So we'll add this to our card, and we'll use an F as an L for now, just to get the spacing right. So there's the word hello, and we'll use the corresponding stamps to go with it.
So I've stamped my word hello. Now before I die cut it, I'm going to colour these in, and I'm going to colour them in, the flowers in pink, to match my background. Word hello die cut out and ready to go on this card, and for the rainbow card I've done the same with the word hi. So to make this rainbow card I have an A2 sized card, and I have a panel that sits on the front, and this I'm going to emboss. So once I've got that panel embossed, we'll just pop these on one side for later, and we'll finish this card off first. Now on the back of all these little letters I'm going to add some foam tape. So I have some foam sheets from CraftStash, and I'm just going to cut these into strips, and then all I will do is pop some of these onto the back of each of the letters, and that will just help them to stand up from the card just a little bit more. So from another die set I've taken the word friend, and I have cut this 3 times in white, and I'm just going to stack this on the top of the word that we've applied to the card. So that's just going to sit along there, and that just now says hello friend. Now we can decorate the rest of the card up with some flowers, which means we have to stamp and colour and cut some more of the flowers from the other set out ready to go onto our cards. So the first thing I'm going to do from this die and stamp set is, with white card, I'm going to cut out these large leaf and floral ones. So this has got the flowers attached to it, and these are just leaf clusters. So I'm going to cut them out, and then we'll colour those in with some inks. So they're all die cut, but while they're still in the card I'm going to go over these with some ink. So we'll use some mowed lawn, and I also have some shabby shutters. So we'll just swirl the ink on these, and it doesn't matter if I go over the flowers. So I'm not being particularly careful, I'm just getting this ink down in random patchy areas onto these leaves. And then once I've done that, I can come in with the darker ink and I can swirl this on into the other areas, and that will give me a two-toned leaf colour for my card. Now with this long floral stem I've matched up the stamps that go with the flowers, and I've matched up the dies. So I'm going to stamp these out now, ready to go onto my cards. I'm also going to stamp and die cut 2 of the clusters of leaves. So with 2 shades of pink for the flowers, I'm just going to colour in the centres. So I'm using the dark colour first, and I'm just going to go around these, flicking in the colour. And then with the paler colour, get rid of that dye, I'm going to take it right the way to the end. Now it doesn't matter if you go outside the lines, because you're going to die cut these anyway. we'll just blend those two colours together with the paler colour. And I'm going to do all my flowers the same way, and then I shall use the dies to cut them out. Now with a white jelly roll pen, and just to add a little bit more interest to the flower centres, I'm just going to dot in some white on the stamens, and that will just bring these flowers a little bit more to life. So I'm going to do that with all of them. Now while I had the stamps and the dies out, I've also done some in turquoise for my rainbow card. Now I'm also adding a little white dot to the centre of the flowers in my letters. There we are. Now we're ready to put all these together. So with the long vine again, and marrying the flowers up to the design, I'm going to add some foam pads to the back of these and just add them to my card. Now that can be added to the front of the card along there. I think we can tuck this one, we'll trim this one down a little bit and we'll tuck it behind. So that can go along there. And then at the top we'll add in a leaf and a flower that's on the side, and we'll do the same. We'll add a leaf and a flower over there. So we'll glue those in with some wet glue and some foam pads just to make them stand out a little bit more. So these are really tiny foam pads from CraftStash, and I've just added one behind each leaf. So I'm going to pop those in along here. Now you can, if you want to, stick this flourish down, but I'm not going to. And this is the bit that I've just pulled off. So we'll add some foam to that, and we'll add that into the display as well. Now your flowers will cover a lot of the way that these join up if they're not quite in place. So that will cover that. That can add in there. This one can fit in along the top there, and we'll add this in with some glue. So we'll add that in along there, and on top of that we'll add in the flower, and again we'll use some little foam pads. They're really sticky, they're very small, they're not too deep, but they do make a difference to the design. And then we'll add this to our card, and we'll marry that stem up with that stem, pop the flowers in place, press the leaves down, and then we can add in our extra leaves along here. So we can add some under there, and we'll have that going the other way. We'll use one of these that come down the other way, but that's the one. Now we'll pop that under the flower, just along there. We'll push that leaf onto the letter, and we'll add in the other leaves where they will enhance the flowers. So there's our first card made, and we've used the offset background for this. Now with the bits that came out of this, we've created with some distress inks and a finger dauber, I've just coloured these in to match the colours of the rainbow. Let's pop that out the way. I've got a white card base and I have a slightly smaller panel that I've dry embossed going on the front. Now from my nesting ovals set, I've got 2 that will sit on the front of that panel, and I've put 2 together because I want to make a frame. So with some white card I'm going to add these 2 panels and I'm going to die cut that, and I'm going to do it 3 times to give me a nice thick frame. So there's my nice thick frame, and this is one of my ovals. So using my strips I'm going to add these to my oval panel that is left. This is the waist. So we're just going to add this along there, and we'll add these in rainbow order. Now I'm keeping a lot of it off the card because that I cut off I can use down here at the bottom. And I'm sorry if you can hear the rain, but it's absolutely pouring down here. So once you've got them all glued on, you can then trim them off from the back and use the bits that you've cut off to start again on this side and work your way down till all that oval is covered. Now once you've got to that stage, get your dies again, the smallest one, and cut that out. Now once you've cut that out, you will find that that will fit inside your frame very neatly. And so now we can glue this panel to the card, we can add this to the front, and then we're ready to decorate it with some flowers. Now with the frame fastened to the card, I can pop in my rainbow oval. Make sure that fits in there nice and neatly. I'll just push it down inside the frame. And now we can start to add in the flowers. So I've added the words with foam on the back, and that's just going to sit along here. I will pop that in that way so that the flowers are at the top. So there's my words. Now I can add in this long flourish along here, and we'll just trim that top piece off. So we'll shape that into the card. That's it. So we'll have that coming from the top of the card right the way down to the bottom, and we'll add that in with some glue. Now you can take the little glue the little flourish down if you wish. We'll do that just there. And then we can start with some foam pads on the back. We can start to add in our flowers. So we'll add one there at the top, along there, there, and we can dot these in now as and where we would like them. So we'll have another one there, and we'll also pop in some of the extra leaves that we die cut and coloured. And we'll keep on doing that until we finish the card. And so as a finishing touch, we'll just add in some sequins. Now these are all mixed up because I dropped them all over the floor, and I certainly wasn't going to sit there and sort out all the colours again. So that's why they're like this. So we'll put some pink ones on here. And we'll just add a little bit of glue, pop them in place, and that's our cards finished. So there are my 2 cards created using some of the items from the Clever Cuts collection. So I've used the alphabets, the florals die and stamp set, and the offset background. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one. And why not subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, then you'll always be aware when I add a new video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
There we go, beautiful, 2 cards in one. How pretty. So somebody did ask during that demonstration actually where that embossing folder was from. Now I had a quick look and it is available on CraftStash at the moment, so if anyone else is wondering, it is a card making magic one, of course. It is called Perfect Swirls from the Super Slimline Boxes collection. So if you pop onto the brand page on CraftStash for Card Making Magic and just filter the category to embossing folders, there's 11 there, so not many to scroll through and you'll find it there. So definitely worth looking back at older product and seeing what will work really well with new collections as well. And you can often get some absolute bargains too. So there's often a lot of items on CraftStash that are reduced that we don't always shout about because we just can't shout about absolutely every offer every day. So it's well worth having a little look. Now, Christina, I'm just going to come back to you for a moment, if that's okay, love. How are you? Sitting there patiently.
I'm okay. I'm still okay.
Very strange watching yourself demonstrate, I'd imagine.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Of these, kind of the alphabets and the words and everything, the 5 items, do you have a favourite of this collection?
I have to say the alphabets. I think they're
so usable.
Brilliant. And although it's a new set of alphabets, they do mix and match very well with the older set, which was the uppercase,
yes,
the lowercase, and the overlays. So they all work mix and match.
Beautiful. Now I know the other ones didn't have the detail in them though, didn't they? They didn't have the florals and the trellises.
They didn't have the flowers on them, no.
No, absolutely beautiful. Where do your ideas come from? I mean, I see all these items and I just think, like, you just keep coming up with ideas all the time.
It's what you get when you've got an empty head.
I don't believe that for a second. Before we watch the next video, Christina, are the pets okay?
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah, just
Ella's asleep in the basket here and Ruby's down there.
There we go. Absolutely beautiful. No pets on camera today then, but
no,
I'm glad they're okay. So we are going to do a competition. There is a competition for everybody to enter. It's over on the YouTube community tab. Now, Christina, have you ever been on the community tab on YouTube before?
I've seen it and I have got links in mine on my channel, but I've not really looked at it on anybody else's, no.
No, so some people are new to YouTube, new to trying to find the community tab. So I'll explain to you, well, I explain to everybody else where to find the competition. So if you pop along to YouTube, as you usually do, and very often we search for things, don't we? So it's very easy to just search CraftStash and you'll see that our channel will come up. So if you click on the CraftStash channel there, and what you'll find is that there's some tabs. So there's home, there's videos, and if you scroll along, there's usually a community tab. Click on there, and it's a bit like a news feed, blog posts. and you'll see at the top there's a way to enter to win the entire collection, all 5 items, and they're worth over £75. That's a bargain, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Love that. So Christine, we'll watch your other demonstration in just a moment. I'll do a bit more housekeeping, but yeah, then we'll come back and say goodbye to you. We'll let you watch your other one first.
Okay.
Bless her, she's got to sit there and watch her own demonstrations that she's already done. But before we go to demonstration, I also want to tell you about another competition. Now, did you catch 2 days ago, myself and Ingrid, we launched a brand new creative craft products brand collection called Floral Nostalgia. Absolutely beautiful. It's so stunning, and it's Ingrid's first go at kind of designing papercraft products. So if you missed that, you can still see that over on Facebook or on YouTube. You can see the live video, but you also have a chance to win as well. Now for that, you need to go to Facebook. So we are offering everybody on every platform ways of entering. So for that one, you can go to Facebook and you can go to our CraftStash chat group. Now, if you've not found the group before, just simply type in the search bar CraftStash chat and it should come up. You can ask to join. You may be asked a question or something. We have to sort of allow you to join to make sure not anybody gets in, you know. You do have to be a crafter. We can't just let mechanics and all sorts in. They won't know what they're talking about. So apply to join if you haven't already, and you'll see there's a post in there asking you. I think there's a little question to answer for that one as well. There's freebies everywhere. You just need to hunt them out. So go and find that too if you're on Facebook. And you can, of course, enter every competition we do. Absolutely. Okay, so lastly, before we watch the second video, and I think there's another couple of cards coming up, we have got new Clever Cuts. We have got it in a big bundle, so all 5 items together, but you're saving £19 if you buy it that way. So effectively, you're kind of getting an item for free if you look at it that way. But we've also, very kindly, they've split up everything. So you've got everything individually available. You've got everything available as one big bundle, but you've also got it as things like pairs and smaller bundles. So it's something to suit every budget. And you're going to save money if you're buying the smaller bundles too. Whenever we bundle something together, we take a couple of quid off the price as well. So you'll see the saving there as well for you, so you can work out which is the best option for you. Now, if you're spending over £30, you're going to get your free UK delivery. That's over $80 if you're not in the UK. And you're also going to qualify for ClearPay if you want to use it. That's if you're spending over £40. Now, ClearPay is just a way of splitting your payments into 4 equal payments across sort of every 2 weeks. So it kind of takes 8 weeks to pay off that, I suppose, that shopping trip, if you like. You will receive your products after your first payment, so no waiting the full 8 weeks. There's no credit check required either, and absolutely no interest to pay on that. It's just a great way of stretching your budget a little bit further. Okay, so let's watch this other demonstration video and then we'll come back and just wrap up everything. Please do continue to leave comments there for Christina, for me. We will go and answer them as best we can, if not while the video's on afterwards. Okay, watch this and enjoy, everybody.
Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. So this is the new Clever Cuts collection, and for today we're going to make 2 cards, and I'm going to focus on the numbers and the rosettes. The 2 cards I'm making are a 6-inch square and a DL, and for each one I have cut another panel that will sit on the front of the card. Now this one I'm going to do in lilac, and so I've also cut another layer that will sit under there and just leave a small border around the edge. But each of these 2 top panels is going to go through the machine in an embossing folder. So for this one I've used the trellis embossing folder, and I'm just going to go over it lightly with a blending brush, just to bring out the pattern in that card. And it's just staying on the top layers. And the other one has been done with the floral embossing folder, and that is the pattern that's in that card. So this is another piece of card that I've ink blended, and this is Mermaid Lagoon, Salvage Patina and Kitsch Flamingo, and I've used my dies to cut out the 3 different colours. Now, to get the heart shape at the bottom, I've added my die on the right side for 1, But if I cut this again on the other side, I'll have two pieces that face the same way. So I've had to turn the card over and cut it on the wrong side. And that then will give me another piece that faces this one. And then before you fold it up, use this die on there to cut this edge in it, just along there. So for the other card, we have our card base ready. And that's going to sit there. And with this die, I have cut these pieces 3 times. Now you will need to notice that this is scalloped and this is like a zigzag pattern. So you need to make sure that they're all 3 facing the same way when you start to add them together. I've coloured another piece of purple card and I've cut my circles, and I've used the other 2 circles to layer up. And these are the banners that this die set will leave. So they can be layered together if you wish. They can be used as banners with sentiments on them, or they can be used as part of the actual rosette itself. Now from the stamp and die set, I took the number 7 and I stamped it and coloured it. And that's if I'm going to make a card for a little girl. That's beautiful flowers on that. Now I can also use the same purple card and create a plain one. And this would be ideal for a little boy. And I've also used glitter cards, so I can decide now which one of those I want to use on my base. Now for both of these cards, I've also taken another piece in white, and this is going to be on the back of the rosette just to hold everything together. So let's start now by making up these rosettes. So with these, we're going to fold them up exactly the same as we did for the heart. Make sure they're all facing the same way and just start your creasing on the score lines. And fold them up so that they're all nice and neat and ready to be glued together. So once you have them all folded, you're going to link these together and glue them. Make sure that your patterns are facing the same way. This is the spiky one, and this, and this. You don't want a spiky one next to a curved one because it will show up once the rosette is spread out. So we're just going to glue these together. So we'll add some glue along this piece, this edge. And we'll slot it into that side. And we'll give that time to set up. And then we'll add this piece in on the other end. So we'll give those a chance to set up and we'll glue these. So we're going to glue these at the top first. It doesn't really matter if you do it at the top or the bottom, but I'm doing it at the top. So I'm going to glue these 2 edges together. Make sure that they're level. And now we'll give that chance to set up. So once these are getting dry, you can start to make sure that the creases are reinforced again. There we are. Now once you've done that, you're going to glue these together. So you're going to put some glue along this edge, tuck it into that one and glue them together. And again, make sure that they're level. There we are. And make sure that they're well stuck down. And then leave that to set. Now with this one, you're going to do the same and you're going to fasten it at the bottom. And again, leave that to set up so that it's nice and sturdy. Now once you've got this, take your plain white piece. Now I like to use hot glue on mine because it really does stick these down, and all you're going to do is push it in. You're going to push it all in to the centre like this, and then if you put your glue, your hot glue on there, put this on the top. Once that's stuck down, that will not move. So let's just put some hot glue on there. We'll push this down and we'll make sure that that is stuck. We'll give the glue time to set up, and we'll put something heavy on top of it while we do the other one. There we go. So we're going to do the same with this. Take the white heart, so with your heart one glued at the sides, make sure when you push this down that you're pushing it down with the pattern on the outside. And again, add your glue to this and make sure it's all pushed in. Hold it down till your glue sets. So once these have set, you can add your other pieces to the top. So I'm just going to layer my hearts up on top of the rosette heart, and I'm also going to put one there. Now these can be the tabs that come down from the rosette, so we'll add two there, we'll put this on top, and we'll add that to the top of that. So those now are ready to add to my card. I'm going to glue these in place again with some hot glue. Now, as additions to both the cards, I've taken the words with love from this set. This is Mindful Words, and I have cut this 3 times and I'm going to stack them together. And for this one, I've taken the word today, I've stamped it and fussy cut it out, and that's going to sit on my card. And I think we'll use the flower 7 to go with this. So now that we have all these pieces ready, we're going to put this card together. So to just enhance my rosette a little bit more, I've taken some of the purple ink and I'm just going around the edges. And then with what's left on the brush, I'm just going to sweep it down the middle just to highlight those folds. And that just gives it some shape before I add it to my cards. And now that can sit on there. We can add the 7 in the middle, and we can put the word today along there, and we'll need to glue it strategically so it sits glued to the folds. So before I add this to my card, what I thought might be some fun is to add one of these action wobblers to the back. So we'll take the backing off when I can get it off. And we'll press this onto the circle at the back, and then we'll take the backing sheet off the other side. Let's use a pokey tool. There we go. Take that off. Make sure we've got the action wobbler the way we want it on the card, and press it down. And now that wobbles for the recipient. So we can add the 7 to the front, and I think any child would be delighted with this. You can get the action wobblers from CraftStash, and they're in 2 sizes, small ones and big ones, and it's the big one that I've used on the back of my card. So now let's do this one. This is the DL card. So we'll stick this down first. And we'll add this to the front of the card, and we'll leave just a small border around the edge. We'll glue our letters together, our words together. And then we'll give those time to set up. So I'm going to glue the heart into the card. Now when you're adding your words, if you know that you can't add them straight, then add them at an angle to start with. And that way they'll look just as good. Let the glue set up and it will dry clear, and then we can dress both of these cards up now with some pearls or some sequins. So just a little spot of glue and dot your sequins in place, and that's your card finished, and you don't need a lot to decorate it. So there we are, two very pretty cards, both really suitable for children. Now if these two cards were going to adults, you could always dress them up with some flowers for the ladies and just leave it plain for the men. So the items that I've used are the rosettes and more, and the trellis, numbers and die sets, and I've used bits and pieces from other word sets and stamps in the collection. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one, and why not subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, and then you'll always be aware when I add a new video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
There we go, another two beautiful cards. Now lots of people commenting on they love the circle, they love the heart, but the beauty is you don't have to choose because they both come in the same pack. Now Christina, I'm just going to come back to you. How are you? You okay there?
I'm okay. Can I just show you this, Lou?
Yes.
This is the trellis background, the offset dies,
Gorgeous.
but it's been woven.
Yes, someone commented and suggested
Yes,
that.
exactly. And
That's
yes, you
really
can
good.
weave it, and it looks fabulous.
Lovely, that's a really good idea. I've got a couple of questions for you, if that's okay. Somebody, apologies, I don't know the names of the people because it's gone past in the chat. Somebody asked what pencils you use when you colour in your stamped images.
The pencils that I use, they don't come in a case like this. This is me that's put these in this.
Okay.
These are from Spectrum Noir, and I've had these years.
There we go. So can you buy them individually, or do you need to buy the full collection?
You buy them in a set. They've got, I think they've changed the name of them now, but they're the Spectrum Noir. One is neutrals, one is flowers. I don't know. You'll have to have a look on the website. They're from Crafter's Companion.
Lovely. And we do sell a lot of Spectrum Noir and Crafter's Companion on CraftStash, of course, as well. So it's well worth checking there first. Yes. The other question was the gel pen you used also on that first.
It's just a Sakura jelly roll.
There we go. Easy peasy. Right. Again, should find those on CraftStash, hopefully. The only thing we don't have on CraftStash that I did notice someone commented on was the wobblers. The wobbler you used behind the rosette.
You did have them, because that's where I got mine from.
Oh, okay. They're out of stock now then. So sorry, everybody. Unless they're called something else. Do you know what they're called? Sorry, are they called wobblers?
They're just action wobblers, yeah.
Okay, we'll have another search. You might have more luck than me. I had a quick search and I couldn't find them, so maybe I just spelt it wrong. But thank you so much for another lovely collection, Christina. Hopefully you won't be too long before you're back with another one. Do you have weekend plans?
No, Friday nights are always planned. We have a chippy tea.
Oh, nice, especially on the coast.
It's our religion to cook on a Friday, me and my daughter. So we go to the chip shop.
Oh, lovely. And I bet in Blackpool you have the best chip shops as well.
Oh, there's loads of them. They're everywhere.
Yeah, I bet. Well, have a lovely weekend. Hopefully we'll see you back
you.
here very soon.
Thank you.
Take
and
care.
Hopefully you will. Take care, everybody, and thanks for all your lovely comments.
Oh, lovely. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. There's the lovely Christina Griffiths showcasing her brand new collection, Clever Cuts. Now, just a reminder, we do have a competition where you can win the entire collection. You'll need to pop on over to YouTube to enter in the community tab for that. And if you missed Wednesday's live with Floral Nostalgia, you can also win that as well. And that's over on Facebook in the CraftStash chat group. So we are literally everywhere on social media. So you've got lots of offers and bundles to select from. Go ahead to CraftStash, browse through those. 3 things I just want to show you as well. We've got a few things available on CraftStash that are new, you may have missed. They're essential, so I think this is going to apply to everybody. We have the new CraftStash glue. It's actually under the Creative Craft Products name. It is available now. It's really, I think it's like $2.99 or something crazy like that. It's a new and improved formula. If you've ever had CraftStash glue before, which was pretty damn good, sorry if you don't like that word, pretty good, this is even better. Honestly, it's amazing. I have stopped using Cosmic Shimmer and Sizzix glue now. I just use this. It has the dual tips as well. So you've got the fine tip on one end and you've got the kind of spreader tip on the other end. That's one item. Something else I want to show you, and this was worked through with, let's take all the packaging off of there, with Sheena, a lovely Sheena Douglas, and it's the white cardstock. Now this is white textured cardstock. It's perfect for stamping, for heat embossing, for applying your mediums as well, and your pencils. Honestly, if you like to colour like Christina and like Sheena with your colour pencils, like myself as well, this is absolutely perfect. This is 280 GSM. There's 30 sheets in a pack. That's now available. And like I say, it's been a long time coming, this one, because Sheena wanted to get it absolutely perfect for us. And then we also have, again, Sheena's had a hand in working through this and finding the best possible quality, the black cardstock as well. So I believe there's 15 sheets, yeah, 260 GSM, 15 sheets in there. The same kind of texture in there as well, in black, so perfect for stamping and heat embossing on. So just to let you know, they are all available on the website. If you go to Craft Essentials, you'll find all of those there. Now, next week, I am technically kind of away for some of the week. So Sam is going to be holding the fort on Wednesday with a brand new Made to Surprise launch. On Friday, I am popping in though, because I couldn't miss this. Sheena has her brand new launch of a beautiful, beautiful new collection. So make sure you don't miss that. It's called Double Exposure. Hit that notification bell on both YouTube and Facebook so you don't miss the live with us. We might make it a bit of a longer one as well, because there is a lot to show you, and you know what Sheena's like, demonstrations galore as well, just like our Christina. So I will see you on Friday at 12:30, and don't forget to catch Sam at 12:30 on Wednesday and enter those competitions to win, because you never know, it could be you, even if you've never won anything before. Take care, everybody, and have a lovely, lovely weekend. Bye-bye.